So today we are doing a fuel pump in my very cheaply acquired Ford Territory. Is it an SX? What is it? tdic. Now when you do a TD, they don't have the fuel pump hole in the floor, so you actually have to access them like this. So far I've just undone all the brackets on this side. This one there, and in the front. Once you undo those, you're then left with about this much space so far up to the floor. So we're going to see if we can't get the old one out first. Once we get the old one out, we'll see what we're dealing with. So I'm going to blow all the dust off the top of the tank with the blowgun first. We don't want that falling in the tank because then the fuel filter will be the next thing to die, and then I'll come back. Alright, it's a bit cleaner up in there. So big flat blade screwdriver, gentle tap on that lock ring to turn it that way. Let's see what it looks like. Okay then, no special tools, just a rubber mallet and a flat blade screwdriver. And have a look at that, we have a fuel pump. Okay, so we need to squeeze and remove these 3 fuel lines here on top of the pump. I've already unplugged the power. And we'll see if we can get this one out. If we can get this one out, I'm tipping we can get the other one in, but I'd rather test it out with this one first and see if we have to remove the tank completely or whether we're going to be able to do it this way. So I'll grab some pliers, just give these a gentle squeeze. Generally helps to push them that way before you pull them back that way. We'll go from there. So we've got the hoses off. There's 3. Alright, we're close. I think we just need to twist the tank a little bit more than what we've got. I can't see where the filler oh yeah, the filler's right at the back there. Filler's holding it up. Right, I'm going to bend these brackets a little bit further down. Let's see if we can get that to tip out of there. I've got very minimal fuel in it. It's probably got like that much in it. It's very empty. Just noticed it's got a new tail shaft. That's pretty cool. Righto, let's see if we can get this tank down a little bit lower and we'll be out. Because we can actually squeeze the pump up a little bit to put the new one back in. It's just a bit hard to squeeze the diesel pump up to get it out. We'll try that though. Unfortunately I need 2 hands. I'm not going to be able to film it, but I will explain in detail how I do it. Okay, success, we got it out. Now, getting it out requires you to be able to squeeze the pump flat. See how that moves? I had to squeeze it to pull it out of the hole. So we'll have to do the same thing with the new one. And then we have to stick the float on before it's too deep in there. So we have to be able to get to that tensiometer. Stick the little float kit on there. It's actually just as hard to get it out of the hole and up into that void as what it is to get it out here sideways. So a smidgen more space would be golden. We're kind of, I think we're about on the limit of how much free oh, that went down further. I'm just trying not to knock any dirt in the tank. Last thing I want is to kill a fuel pump because we put dirt in the tank. I could try and remove that and the filler neck and slide the tank out, which I might end up doing. But if we can get that in there, we're going for it. So try and get it back in, we'll see what happens. Yeah, if you're a little bit handy and you don't mind like bending some brackets and bending them back again to put something in, don't pull the tank out of your territory. She's back in. went in easier than it came out. I've just got to lift it up high enough here. Just set my float on the side there. Just got to slide that in beside it and click that in the thing. And then we're good to squeeze it up and put it back together. And you just squeeze it down and you do the nut back up. I'll show you what it looks like it's fitted back up. Get your new O-ring in there. That was supplied with the pump. This is on eBay for like $140, something like that. Somebody got rid of this car for $700 for a $140 fuel pump, and they didn't want to deal with it. So, look, we'll take it, won't we? Righto. Let's to get that float back on and line everything up and put it back together. Okay, so I couldn't film that part, but what you do is you put the pump most of the way in, pass your float down next to it, then pull your pump back in to the hole like that so you can get hold of that clip. You just clip that little steel bit in there. Now your float should be in and on. And we just need to line up where it goes. See this tab here? That's where it goes. You just need to be able to hold that down whilst you put your clip back on. But clip goes on over the top of all that. Here he is here. This is your fuel tank clip. Just hold your pump in. Put that over the top. Get him lined up. Squeeze him down in where it needs to go. This little locating tab sits in here, facing you if you're under the back wheel. So back in here. Which you will take note of as you pull it out. Always take note of where things come out. And that'll send your pipes over that way, the right way, and your power clip back to it. Right, I need to squeeze this down, get this little clip started, and then I'll show you how to do it up. Okay, so with two hands that wasn't that bad. You just put even pressure all the way around on the ring, and you get it to line up into these little locks. If you had an older Falcon or Territory, I think it might have only been Falcons, they used to have this plastic nut, and man, they're the source of some of my stress in life, those plastic nuts to turn. So he's in, so all we have to do now is screwdriver, rubber mallet, gentle tap around and around until you get it to seat at the end of those things. That'll hold enough pressure down to keep your tank sealed, keep the smells away. And then we can do fuel hoses, plug the pump in. Then we need to find a fuel hose for up the top because this kicks out like 60 or 80 kPa constantly, I believe, and clean up. So let's give that a tap around. Basically, see these little tabs here? Just get behind that and give that a tap in the clockwise direction. All right, we are back in position. You see we got that turned around nice and tight. See our little electrical plug. Clip goes up. Make sure you get him seated all the way in there. Then we have 3 pipes. One, two, three. We need to lift him up a little bit because he's out of his holder. We'll get them to go in. And then we're ready to start putting it away. Okay. Tank's back up and in. It was only 3 bolts. 1, 2, 3. Fold her out of the way. It's a really good tank cradle. Just pivots on the ones back there. You push it back till it hits the tail shaft. Then just pull the tank forward as you do it. You just have to remember to shove the tank back a bit to get your clips to go back on for your fuel pipes. Just put it down and fix these fuel hoses up and then take it for a drive. Okay, all back together. Made my own line back to the filter. I need to go put some fuel in it because it's only got 70 kilometers of range. It's pretty low. No fault lights on the dash. Healthy rev up. No fault codes at all when you scan it, which is awesome. I think we might have a bit of a low voltage battery thing going on at the moment. It's It's funny that this comes up as a Ford Territory, whereas my Falcon comes up as like a Ford EcoStar or something, 2006 model. Not sure why, but this topped on reed is one of the best things I ever bought off my mechanic mate. I really, really, really like it. So if we go PCM, power train control module, we should be able to look at fuel pressures and make sure that's all normal. The warning I was getting was for fuel temperature. The fuel temperature was getting high. Read data stream. The fuel temperature was getting high because there wasn't enough coming from the tank to the pump. It was just going round and round. GR temperature. Fuel lift pump. Pretty obvious that none of that can keep up with what the car's actually doing, but very cool to be able to read that kind of data stream regardless. This is all obviously just extra information, probably not super needed, but just air intake temperature. I wonder if it does that. And does it do some temperature? Just wonder if it would boost pressure. Absolute, maybe. Guess the desired fuel volume doesn't work. Yep, so 96 kPa is ocean pressure. Your kPa, MPa, and bar. So 1 is 0 to get to when we load it up. Make some grunt. Pretty happy with that. Anyway, it's fixed. For the sake of $140 fuel pump, somebody got rid of this car. Yeah, it's done 238,000 Ks. It's not brand new. That's okay. It's an easy fix. And yeah, here we are. So I'll take it for a drive and make a video about that another day, but it's done. No fault codes, needs some fuel, needs a carbon clean. We'll continue from there. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next video. Hopefully this helps you fix your Territory at home.